I should have known the second I post a video about Luka being the MVP favorite, Joel Embiid would have something to say about this. And with James Harden out with an injury, the Sixers are just feeding the beast, and let's just say, the beast is hungry. As the Sixers try and turn this season around and possibly save Doc's job, let's analyze exactly how they're getting their All-Star center open, and if he can sustain this production all the way to winning the MVP. It's going to be tough for Embiid to win an MVP with James Harden sucking up so many possessions, but so far it hasn't stopped him from posting some godlike numbers as he desperately tries to get the Sixers back into the upper division of the Eastern Conference. These past two games are a microcosm of how he functions in their offense, so let's take a look. Here's a common set they like to run where Thibault sets the ball screen before heading to the block to pin down for Embiid. This gets him a catch in his sweet spot at the elbow, and he's virtually unstoppable one-on-one from this area. Here it is again, and when he's not settling for the open jumper, he's punishing the defense for playing this straight up by attacking into the paint and drawing fouls. One more time, and if you're the opposing defense, you're going to have to double him out of this set. Send DeAndre Hunter over and let Trae Young sink onto Thibault and hope Harris misses the corner three. And just in case you're wondering what happens if they let Thibault's man hover around the ball to prevent that ISO, Embiid has good enough vision to make the easy pass with absolutely no way for the defense to recover. The Sixers also love to run a ton of high post split action, where Embiid gets it to the elbow and two teammates screen and cut on the same side. This occupies the strong side from helping, and as soon as Embiid gets impatient enough, he's going to attack his opponent towards the paint with little they can do about it. Here it is again, and he misses Niang cutting through the hoop because he's sweeping the ball through with almost floor level. They'll even send a weak side cutter through the lane to occupy the defense until finally he clears the right side out as much as possible, then makes mincemeat out of Rudy Gay on the way to the basket. They use a ball screen near the elbow before getting into the split action on the strong side, but you can tell his teammates already know what's going to happen, so they don't cut very fast. And you can see how if Embiid senses a double team, he'll fire it to the wing, but look for it right back so he can attack on the catch, get downhill in a hurry, and force Olynyk to foul him on the arm before flopping to the court. And again, there's simply no way to stop this one-on-one. You're going to need to send a second defender and hope your rotations are on point. He's too good in the mid-range to allow him to shoot it. Not since Kobe Bryant have we seen a guy operate so profusely out of the elbow area, and he gravitates there as much as he can in order to multi-dribble ISO his way into a makeable shot from mid-range. A lot of their actions get into that position in order to screen, which means his men will have to be concerned with cutters and penetrators, opening up the easy catch right where he wants it. And going to the left is a good idea as a righty for a pull-up, as it helps with proper alignment of the right hip and elbow. More evidence that if you let him catch it in this area, hint, you can't let him do this, then you'd better be bringing the doubles, or else he's too mobile, too strong, and too skilled for one player to guard him. And if you decide to double him, you better be careful since he's crafty, and this spin back into the D earns him a foul, and he's strong enough to hold on to the ball even if you try to knock it out of his hands by catching him from surprise from behind. Here's crunch time, where the counter to doubling him in his sweet spot is to simply swing the ball, then get it right back, attacking on the catch to get by Lowry, and very few players his size can deftly attack with their offhand, then step back from 15 feet in cold swish fadeaway jumpers. Not to be overlooked is how many fouls he can take, 22 total for both games, and it serves to get the other team in bonus and for the Sixers to earn a lot of points at the free throw line. The only thing concerning about Embiid this season is he's averaging a career high in turnovers per game, and we all know how hard it is to win games when you're not taking care of your balls. That's why he must get Manscaped's performance package so that the turnovers stop. It's vital to keep things tidy on your face and in your more sensitive areas, and their Lawnmower 4.0 can take care of both. It's cordless and waterproof, so use it in the shower and you won't piss off your wife. But Manscaped's performance package has tons more. Their Weed Whacker defends you all up in your face, sending those annoying nose and ear hairs back into the stands. And the Crop Reviver has cool aloe vera to keep your balls dishing and swishing. Unfortunately for Embiid, he had the Hawks and Jazz hounding him into a combined 9 turnovers. So avoid those pesky defenders in your life. Instead, use my code BBALL to save 20% off your order. But I'll also call Manscaped and tell them to give you 2 free gifts for a limited time: the Shed Travel Bag and Anti-Chafing Boxer Briefs. I wear these all the time, and I wouldn't trust anyone else next to my performance package. So click on the link below, use my code BBALL, and you'll be able to see how pounding his balls down low in the post is how Embiid harkens back to an era in the NBA that's almost been forgotten. And I love how they don't have him rebounding for the free throw, but instead have him down court early, ready to command deep position where the rest of the defense is struggling to catch up and can't offer Clint Capella any support. They do it again in the third quarter, and this time all eyes are so glued on Embiid, they're not paying attention to the post feeder as Shake gets the nice pass and finishes the layup. Here's another set from way back when, the guard cross screen, and Capella simply can't let him catch the ball a step off the block. And you definitely need to send someone a double unless you've got a philosophy that lets Embiid score and you try and shut down everybody else. Don't forget about the pick and roll. They certainly use this, and Maxey is a nice compliment since he's so fast, faster than Harden, and it forces Embiid's man to have to get on the line of deployment to contain the ball, opening up the strong roll where he need only take one step at the dotted line to get into the air and finish strong through contact. This time, Capella doesn't get all the way over on the ball in order to try and stop Embiid. He doesn't even have to dribble as he takes one giant stride from the free throw line and still has body control to softly bank it in. You can try and rotate a help defender over on his rolls, but watch how he keeps his right hip pointed to the hoop, jumps off both feet split, and makes sure the contact has to be whistled a foul as he racks up even more free throws. And watch what kind of gravity Embiid commands when the big man who is sinking decides he's got to stick to the roll. It allows the ball handler to say thanks and lay it in with no resistance. I like this inverted pistol where they hand off into ball screen out top going downhill, and it completely pulls the defense out of position and susceptible to his ball fakes that earn him another trip to the foul line. Instead of a handoff out top, they make it into a double ball screen, and it's a great way to get him the ball at his sweet spot, with his jumper so viable that most players are going to have to go for the shot fake. I dig this clever progression out of the high post split. After the pin down into handoff, Capella has to honor the threat of Maxey driving fast down the lane, which gets separation for Embiid to just rise up and smash the lob. And what makes him even more difficult to guard is that so much of his positioning is about luring his man to help on penetration from the wings, opening up easy catch and shoot shots above the foul line, and he can even extend that range and just be a role player out of the pick and roll. Although at 24% from back there, I leave him open too, until he can prove he's more like his career average of 33%. So keep your eye on how much production Embiid will have during the stretch Harden is out, and how he functions once he gets back. But Harden has been willing to play second fiddle to Embiid a lot this season, and if they can get back to winning a lot more games, then you've got to pencil Joel Embiid into the top of your MVP list.